In this video, we'll discuss and demonstrate the effect that distance has on the softness of the light.
So what makes a light hard or soft? Well, it all starts with a light source, right? And what happens there is something is emitting photons, a little stream of photons, little particles of light. And the physics gets a little complicated here, but you can think of this as just a solid shaft of light, kind of like a laser beam.
But the thing is, unless you have an actual laser, it doesn't really just come out of one direction. It goes everywhere. And it's not actually a whole bunch of little lasers. It's actually just goes everywhere. There's just this field of light shooting out everywhere. So that's often not all that useful because you want to direct the light. You want to say that there's light here and there's not light over there. So we put them in enclosures and we put barn doors and other kinds of devices around them to channel the light so that it's controlled. When you do that, you end up with an area of light and an area of not light. So, here we have potentially a circle of light that's being controlled when this light source is in a case. Now, if you were to put an object in this light source, in this light beam, interrupting it, it's going to cast a shadow. What you're going to see there is like a hole in the light. You can see a little dark spot, a little shadow cast.
What actually is happening, though, since the light is not a point source like a laser, the light is hitting the object at slightly different angles. So some of the surface receives all of the light, some receives none, but in between you get this penumbra region, which receives light only from the parts of the source that have a direct line to the subject. So you put your object in the light, you'd get a shadow. If your light source was a perfect point source, the shadow would look like that. It would have a razor sharp edge. But since the source is broader than a single point, what really happens is those edges
are a little diffused. And so the pattern actually is fuzzy around the edges. Now, the distance between the object that's casting the shadow and the shadow itself, the surface, is critical too, because the further away it is, the more chance this light has to spread out. It's spreading out at a certain angle. So if you move this back, it's just going to keep spreading out and keep spreading out and keep spreading out. So if I put this back this far, it's spread out that much. And so the border of this circle is a certain amount of fuzziness. And so this light is softer than that razor hard light. It's a little bit soft because it's diffused at the edges. If I move this thing way back here, this light continues to spread at the same angle. So now it's spread out over the whole paper. So now your circle is very fuzzy. And now that's a very soft light. So by moving the object that's casting the shadow away from the surface, we softened the light. And we can show you that in an actual object over here.
So you see the little shadow. You see the shadow's sharp, right? And as I move it away, you tell what's happening? It look like my diagram, kind of. The further it gets from the subject, the more the light is bending around the edges of this object. And you're getting a softer and softer, more diffused shadow. So, looks good on a diagram, but it works in real life too. And I put that piece of the business part up there to illustrate that the camera is in fact in focus.
Click on the next video to continue. New videos drop every couple of days. If you like what you see, like and follow us on our social media channels. And everything is downloadable for free on our website, ruchiproductions.com.